Pro-Russia separatists are now occupying the airport in the eastern capital of Donetsk. Now, Ukraine's military has launched a major offensive to get it back, and that includes airstrikes. Yes, witnesses saying they have been hearing gunfire and artillery blasts from that airport for several hours now. And Al Jazeera's Hoda Abdel-Hamid can join us from Donetsk. Hoda, it's a confusing situation. Bring us up to date with what you know is happening at the moment.
Well, we haven't heard any exchange of gunfire for the last half an hour or maybe a little bit more, but the standoff is still there, and it's really not clear who is diverting all traffic that's heading in that direction. Now, early in the morning, the pro-Russians, a group of maybe the old airport. They said that they were in that airport to make sure that the Ukrainian forces stationed around evacuated as quick as possible, and they were saying that that was the first step towards all the Ukrainian forces leaving the east because as they regarded the enemy forces here in this part of the country. Now, after that, a few hours later, there had been helicopter gunships hovering overhead that have engaged, and then we saw several flat trucks bringing more pro-Russian armed men into that area. Just one of them passed here about 10 minutes ago. So certainly we're seeing a situation where at the moment there's maybe a lull in the fighting, but it's not over yet. And from what we see from this side, at least, the the pro-Russian armed men are fortifying their positions and sending more and more men. Now, we spoke to one of them, and we can't confirm that independently, but he said that one building was hit inside that complex of the airport, and they had lost several men, even though he wouldn't tell me how much. That would maybe explain that big plume of black smoke that we saw for several hours earlier in the day here on that complex.
Hoda Abdel-Hamid with the latest there from Donetsk. Thanks, Hoda.